Hello, here's a little update on this situation with um, it's so hard to explain this, but so I do drawings on my channel here, and the last time I did it together with 𝗨𝗶𝗁𝗀. So to the top right you see 𝗨𝗁𝗀's drawing. I just told him like three, four words about what I thought that he should make a drawing of. Then he made the drawing, and it's a predictive drawing where, you know, um, someone else is the artist and uses his kind of soul to express something, to connect to this some kind of artistic ether. Some people know what I'm talking about, most people don't. And what I do was I simply gave him like a few words, like mute, speech disorder, and noise, and a tongue. Okay, and I said that this is going to be the future. Jon is going to paint it, and we saw some things happen. Let me repeat. Okay, so the day after, on November 20th, we first saw the disruption of the COP30 climate talks. Like, the talks was just disrupted. Okay, and this is major news, because COP30 was in the top news for about a week. It was on the top news because there were this protest and so on. And in that, within the venue, a fire broke out, and it disrupted the meeting. And so, let me repeat a bit. Okay, so it was a kind of speech disorder, or a muting. This keyword came up. Then at the very same day, we saw another top news of Trump seemingly losing the ability to speak in a proper way. What I mean is that he said that Democrats should be punished to death, like his political opponents punish them to death, is what he said on November 20th. And so this is like extreme, even for him. Okay, this is so extreme to say like that. It's such a big deal. And even for him, like even for Trump, this is a big deal. And so this is why I'm saying that, okay, this is connected to the drawing that Jon did in collaboration with me. Okay. So yeah, he kind of lost the ability to speak properly on November 20th. Meanwhile, you had the same thing with COP30 breaking the talks, like the biggest meeting of the most seemingly important people, seemingly, right, is just disrupted. Then November 21st, you have the death of the actor Spencer 𝗨𝗪𝗀 got the, and I did a video about this. Or Spencer 𝗨𝗪𝗀, whom acted in Unbroken, which connects to the name of the drawing that 𝗨𝗁𝗀 did. So wait a moment. Yeah, and the connection I drew in this previous video was that, okay, Spencer 𝗨𝗪𝗀 has the same birthday as Mamdani, whom was in the top news the very same day, November 21st, for being praised by Trump. And I did a video about that. And what happens now? Well, yesterday, or this is in the top news today, like today is November 24th, so for me where I am, so now in the top news you see that the very same man that Trump, you know, he uh, he spoke so positively about him, right, and invited him to the White House and gave him this experience, right? Well, he is now saying again, he's reiterating that Trump is a fascist. Okay, so we're seeing the words, you know, it's so fascinating, I have to say. Let me try to explain this, okay? Um, so in the previous video, I told you that, okay, there's something about Mamdani when it comes, the connection, the same birthday as Spencer Lofranco, who played in Unbroken, which sounds like unspoken. You know, it's a bit like a word game there, okay? Like homonym, homonym it's called, something like that, okay? Um, so I simply said that um, this is you know, connecting a bit, you know, in my previous video, and now we see him like his Mamdani is still sticking to the top news, like he's still like what I'm saying is that it's like it's like what am I saying? I'm kind of saying that when I look at the news, it's like I can see what's going to be the top news before it happens, okay? It's just this is probably the reason why I spoke about Mamdani here some day ago also, because now later we see him like he's still in the top news because there is this pattern, okay? There's a pattern, and Jon Steele started to do something. Like all that I'm saying is that Jon Steele, he did something in the drawing, like he felt something, he did something, he expressed something, and it started to connect. And I don't need to know exactly what that was. I don't need to know that. All that I'm saying is that we're seeing the results. We're seeing something here happen. It's continuing, okay? And we we don't have to know exactly what's going on, okay? We don't have to know that. I don't have to know that. But it's because I see this more like some kind of artistic expression. Jon is doing something, something is happening, something like that, okay? And and I want to say again that I think it's really cool how this happened. The uh, the talks were disrupted, the UN talks. Okay, so also you see that unspoken is UN spoken, which is connecting to the talks because um, it is UN spoken also, you see. Wait, I have to fix that. So this is something that John noticed, that it is UN spoken, unspoken. So I just find it so, it was just so effective, this drawing. It just did something directly, and it's so clear, it's so clearly that something happened, you know. And now we see Mamdani reiterating that Trump is a fascist. He's like sticking to the top news. He's because there's a pattern, and the pattern gives life. Okay, the pattern gives life. it's that's how it is, you know. Maybe I shouldn't talk about that, you know. It's the same with low entropy, okay? Low entropy is stored within a volume, and you have life. This is what life is. Low entropy within a volume. Low entropy is a pattern. Okay, so literally we're seeing life. This is life, okay? We see the news having a pattern, and the pattern is the life, okay? In the same way that animals are alive, or whatever is alive. This is the same. This is the nature of memetics. There's a pattern. Okay. And you know, John did an expression of that, as I said. And we now see Mamdani calling Trump a fascist yet another time. And I'll leave a link to that. There's a video with this interview from November 23rd, which we did this drawing together on, or like he made the drawing on November 19th. Okay, I provided with my you know, what I know. You know, I know something, and then I told him, and he made that. He made his variant of that, so to say. Yeah. Okay. Bye bye.